For us, as a European Union, it is very important to keep up the multilateral trading system. The WTO has proven to be the perfect framework for international trade relations, and we are investing a lot of energy in keeping it working, and we think that's a valuable effort. And we trust that our American partners also see the values of the multilateral system.
In the WTO, we have negotiations on the so-called Joint Statement Initiative on Electronic Commerce, the e-commerce, JSI, and that's a plurilateral initiative where the US is very active, where the EU is very active, and where we are working on rules for e-commerce, be it e-signature, be it e-treaties, be it online consumer protection and the like. And via this route, we want to set common standards and an outline for trade and e-commerce. And I think that's highly important.
Well, an increase in competition, also in terms of sort of offering subsidies. The Europeans were certainly shocked by the Inflation Reduction Act, that this sort of huge amount of money this act makes available to chips producers, to all companies involved in the green transition, and Europe is now playing catch up. And I sometimes wonder whether this route to meet the US one-to-one on that is really the best strategy, since Europe also benefits from having a fair, open and fair market, rather than sort of trying to beef up its own industries. But then again, industrial policies is the sort of flavor of the month, if you want. Sort of this, we're all moving towards this direction.
I think that there is a bit of there have to be a lot of parallels drawn and a lot of consultation between what kind of instruments are used. So what's available to governments and to industries themselves, depending upon the regulatory environment that you operate in. So the U.S. can do tax reductions. The EU can provide incentives through carbon pricing. So there are various different mechanisms that each can use. Of course, whenever you create an industrial policy, whether you do it in your own country or you do it multilaterally across the Atlantic in the big commercial market that is the transatlantic economy, there are going to be distortions. There's going to be money that is perhaps wasted because it can't be used efficiently enough. We see this, of course, in military-industrial complex all the time. So the question is, what industries in the future will have to receive government support the way the military-industrial complex has in the past? In the U.S., without big government funding, we wouldn't have the interstate system, right? It's something we now think of as sort of this essential American experience. You can drive on the interstate from Virginia to California. So there could be a subsidies race if there is not enough consultation between governments, but I also think that there will be an adjustment of those profit margins lost between the companies themselves.